The Charlton gaffer Nathan Jones, whose side have just been led out onto the pitch below us by their captain Greg Docherty. Wycombe led out by Jack Grimmer, the fullback. There are banners all around Adams Park, one over on the far side in big bold black lettering reads "Welcome to the Chair Metropolis." There's another in the packed stand away to our right hand side that simply says "Believe." Nathan Jones has certainly got these Charlton fans believing, Darren Ambrose.
Oh, he certainly has. The run of form they've been in since mid-December has just been absolutely tremendous. You wouldn't have expected them to be in this position in the playoffs, particularly fourth, got a home advantage in the second leg. I think he's done a really good job, and he's got them really fired up. And by the way, the atmosphere has just turned up a notch. 10,000 capacity here, I believe. The stand across us isn't quite full. The one we're in isn't quite full, but the two ends, the Charlton behind one of the goals and the other end, the Beach Dean Terrace they've called it, is absolutely rocking.
It's almost been a season within 2 seasons within a season, isn't it, for Charlton? Because it wasn't that long ago that these travelling fans weren't particularly happy with Nathan Jones and the run of form. But you're right, since Christmas he's really turned that around.
Yeah, and that's credit to him. That's credit to the players. Look, you're always going to get criticised when you're not winning games, when you're not sitting high up the league. Look, Charlton 8 out of 9 season in League One. They're bigger than that. They're better than that. They should be in the Championship at least. For me, they're a Premier League side. I played there for 4 good years. They're a Premier League team, and they will be believing that they are, and they will want to be following Birmingham, following Wycombe, and going through here. Look, whoever goes through has got a real tough game, either Leyton Orient or Stockport in the next round. But whoever goes through is going to be the team to beat for me, I think, and I'm back in Charlton.
Says the ex-Charlton player, Darren Ambrose. That other playoff, by the way, very dramatic incident packed live on Talksport 2 yesterday. The other League One game finished Leyton Orient 2, Stockport 2, of course, Talksport and Talksport 2. Very much your home of the playoffs. Tomorrow night we've got Sheffield United against Bristol City live on Talksport. Bristol City with it all to do after losing the first leg of their Championship semi-final 3-0. On Tuesday, also on Talksport, Sunderland against Coventry. And on Thursday night we're going to be back at the Valley for the second leg of this game between Charlton and Wycombe. Which one of the sides can give themselves a first leg advantage this evening on a glorious night in Buckinghamshire? Not a cloud in the sky, the sun beaming down on that lush green turf, and it's Charlton Athletic in their yellow shirts, black shorts and yellow socks, shooting from right to left in the first half, who get us underway. Wycombe in their usual blue and black quartered jerseys, black shorts and black socks, attacking the goal. Away to the left, where the 2,000 travelling Addict supporters are gathered. A reminder of the teams for you. Wycombe with Norris in goal, Grimmer, Bradley, Taylor and Breach the back four, Simons and Leahy in midfield, with Onyedimna and Humphreys out wide, Kone and Udo up front for Charlton Athletic. Mannion returns in goal, Ramsey, Jones, Gillespie and Edwards at the back. Docherty, the captain, alongside Coventry in midfield. Watson, Berry and Campbell are in behind Matty Godden up front. Charlton enjoying the lion's share of possession early on. The ball is chipped forward by Docherty, the skipper, and picked up over on that left-hand side, and an opportunity for Tyrese Campbell to play the ball back to Docherty on the edge of the area. Campbell swings it in, right-footed from that left touchline, and it is headed away. But good start, Darren Ambrose, in your old club, Charlton.
Yeah, it's been a very good start, an attacking third, and not only that, I've been seeing Gillespie, he's been getting really tight to Richard Kone. The ball come forward and he didn't allow him a moment's peace, and I think that's what him and Jones is going to do, because you know how dangerous Richard Kone is, and if he gets an opportunity then he's clearly going to take it or work the goalkeeper. But really good start by Charlton. 21 goals this season for Richard Kone. A lot of clubs higher up the food chain have been monitoring his progress, although the goals have dried up, as we were talking before kick-off. None in his last 8 appearances, as a long throw-in goes into the Wycombe penalty area. At the moment, the Chairboys are struggling to get out of their own final third. The ball just bobbing around on the edge of that box. Tyrese Campbell trying to keep it alive for Charlton. And everybody, bar the goalkeeper Mannion, at the moment is inside the Wycombe half. The ball now at the feet of Gillespie, inside the centre circle, releases it down the right-hand side. Look at the Tenai Watson. Adam Reach has to come across and nod it away. The experienced former Sheffield Wednesday man, Reach. And a throw-in for the visitors, and once more looks like they're going to
launch this long into the penalty area. Josh Edwards has come over to take it on this near side, the right, as we look. 3 minutes gone, 0-0, but incessant Charlton pressure early in the game. And that throw is headed away, and then it looked very much like a handball on the edge of the Wycombe penalty area. Cameron Humphreys, I think it was, almost punched it clear. The referee had a good view of it and said play on. The ball is now out of play on the halfway, and it's going to be a Wycombe throw right in front of the two dugouts, and that will be taken on this left-hand side by Reach. 0-0 with 4 minutes played. You're listening to Talksport 2, your home of the EFL. Kone nodding the ball back into midfield, and it's launched into the penalty area. He did really well there. The goalkeeper, Mannion, had a good starting position, quickly off his line and clears it away.
That was a good effort. That's the first real time that Wycombe have got a hold of possession, and Cam Humphreys was the one that just hooked it over the top, allowed Onyedinma to just run onto it. It was good positioning, but I tell you what, it was good defending by Edwards. Just gave him a little tug. The referee didn't see it, allowed him to just come out, Mannion.
It's almost a front three, isn't it, when Wycombe are in possession? Onyedinma joining Kone and Udo at the top end of the pitch. They've got a throw in on the near side, just inside their own half. Adam Reach will take it. Adams Park pretty much full to capacity, a few empty seats in the top tier of the Frank Adams stand over on the far side as we look. And there's another long ball upfield that Udo does well to try and chase, and in the end forces Lloyd Jones to knock the ball out for the first Wycombe corner of the evening in front of those travelling Charlton fans. 0-0.
That's exactly what they wanted, Wycombe, wasn't it? Just to nullify the start of Charlton, because it's been really fast, long throws into the box, crosses into the box. They've come down the other end, they've had an opportunity. Mannion done well, and now they've got a corner.
Luke Lee in a pair of silver boots has taken it short. Humphreys on the edge of the penalty area, rolls it back for Javier Simons to get a shot away. That was blocked, and then Simons, the former Chelsea youngster, recycles it back to his goalkeeper Norris, and he launched it long into the opposing penalty area. Jones content to let it sail over his head, and all in orange. Mannion with plenty of time to come and collect.
What I'm seeing here though, Cookie, is if you're a Wycombe player, Wycombe forward midfielder, I think you've just got to put crosses onto Mannion's head, because I'm looking at the stand to the left of us, just behind Mannion. The sun is really in their eyes, and I just think lift some over there and see if he can deal with it.
Route one from Charlton at the other end, but Adam Reach did well, got there ahead of Watson and calmly nods it back to the goalkeeper Norris. Wycombe playing in the end of season playoffs for the 7th time, promoted to the Championship back in 2019-20. They have reached the final in 3 of their previous 6 attempts. And here is an opportunity for Udo on the edge of the penalty area, and the goalkeeper spilt it, and he was grateful and relieved, Will Mannion, that he got just enough on that to turn it behind for a corner. It was a snapshot from the edge of the penalty area, wasn't convincing by Mannion, and I'm not sure he was entirely convinced that was going wide.
You said he'd just done enough, and he did, and as it hit him from the shot from Udo, you could see he was panicking that was going to end up in the net, but he just got a strong enough hand. Like you said, a snapshot from Udo there. Good ball from Grimmer into him. He took it on his right. Good strike. Mannion just done enough.
Wycombe corner from the right-hand side, far side of the ground. From our vantage point in the press box, there's a lot of pushing and shoving. The referee is going to intervene for a second time before this kick is taken. Nathan Jones, wearing what looked like a brand new pair of white trainers, is out on the edge of his technical area. And the Charlton defenders having to work overtime to stop the Wycombe players getting a run at this, and again the goalkeeper not convincing, rather punched it here. And it goes out of play on this near side for a throw. There was lots going on inside that 18-yard box there.
Yeah, there was, and just looking at that, the referee's got a lot to work out in the next few corners, because they were so compact. I think mutual holdings we've had the last couple of days in terms of set plays, but it certainly was there, and Edwards threw one of the players on the floor, but the ball was already out of play.
Now it's Wycombe's turn to line up a long throw. Lee on this near left-hand side. Hoist the ball to the edge of the 6-yard box. Bradley Clyme got something on it, but it's cleared away by the yellow jerseys of Charlton. 0-0 with 8 minutes gone here on Talksport 2. Kane Ramsey here is being hassled and harried by Dan Udo. He does well, the ex-Southampton youngster. Made his Premier League debut for the Saints aged 18, just to let that ball run out of play for a throw-in level with the Charlton penalty area. Ramsey takes the throw towards halfway, but there's a Wycombe head that was first on the end of it. It was Sonny Bradley first to that ball. Now Charlton with the opportunity to try and build from inside their own half with Doherty. Plays it out the right hand side as we look. It's gone out of touch for a Wycombe throw down by the left corner flag. 9 minutes played, still goalless here on Talksport 2. Only 20 days since Charlton came here and won 4-0 in the league. One of their star men for the season, Chuks Aneke, sent off in stoppage time ridiculously at the end of that game. He's serving the final match of a 3-game ban this evening. Miles Leeburn is out injured as well. As Wycombe come bursting forward down their right-hand side. Grimmer manages to help it out to his right. Deep cross into the penalty area over the head of Udo. And again, the goalkeeper was not too convincing as that sailed over his head, and the ball is only clear as far as reach on the edge of the area. He crosses left-footed, and it's nodded away this time by Josh Edwards. After Charlton's bright start, Wycombe have really imposed themselves in the last few minutes. Yeah, they certainly have. Opening 3 or 4 minutes, it was all Charlton getting balls into the box, long throw-in, set plays, but Wycombe has just taken over. And I think, as you said, Mannion just needs to get his positioning sorted a little bit. He looked like he was panicking that cross was going to loop over his head as well. Just needs to settle down. It's been a hectic start by both sides. Yeah, Ramsey with a long ball looking for Watson. Reach lets it go over his head and out for another throw in for Wycombe down by their left corner flag. Both teams have been very direct in these first 10 minutes. I think that's the way to go, though, isn't it? When you want a fast start, if you're Charlton coming out after the 4-0 a couple of weeks ago, and if you're Wycombe, you want to quiet down these away support, because it's absolutely tremendous. They're closer to us than the home support, and it is really good atmosphere. Here's Doherty, midway inside Wycombe territory, back to Edwards, the left full-back, and now Tyrese Campbell with that low centre of gravity. Was he held down there? The referee says no. And Anya Dimmer with a chance to come forward. He's been upended by Edwards, and that's going to be a free kick for Wycombe right in the centre of the Charlton half. 0-0 here. Just a reminder of events elsewhere this afternoon, live on Talksport. We brought you Newcastle 2, Chelsea 0. Big win for the Magpies in their pursuit of Champions League football. Nottingham Forest held at home by Leicester. They were into the top 5 at one stage in that game, 7th after a 2-2 draw. Manchester United and Tottenham, the 2 Europa League finalists, both lost 2-0 at home to West Ham and Palace respectively. And it's just finished at Anfield. Liverpool from 2-0 up, drawing 2-2 at home to 10-man Arsenal. Rangers beat Aberdeen 4-0 in the SPL. And it finished Chesterfield 0, Walsall 2. That game live on Talksport 2, first leg of the League 2 playoff semi-final here at Adams Park this evening. We play 12 minutes, it's 0-0. And it's going to be a free kick for Wycombe. Played into a congested penalty area. Sonny Bradley up there trying to make a nuisance of himself and manages to keep Wycombe in possession. The ball swung in towards Udo at the far post, and that was better from Mannion. Watched it all the way and plucked it neatly from the sky. Yeah, a lot better, Mannion. You could see that the sun is playing a part in this, and you can see by his positioning and where he thinks the goal is, but that claimed it perfectly. It's been a real good reaction to Charlton's first fast start from Wycombe. They've been the team in the ascendancy in the last 5-10 minutes. Macaulay Gillespie playing the ball long upfield from the edge of his own penalty area, one back by Reach, and he dinks it over the top of the Charlton defence. Good header away by Lloyd Jones with 2 Wycombe players loitering, and then a strong sliding tackle from Luke Berry. Wins it back for Charlton, looking to release Godden. Quickly off his line was Will Norris, and the purple-shirted Wycombe goalkeeper clears high upfield once more. 0-0, 13 on the clock here. Lovely spring evening. Most inside the stadium are wearing t-shirts, a few people in shorts as well, enjoying the sunshine. And it's going to be a Charlton throw-in, halfway inside their own half, over on the far left-hand side. Josh Edwards just walking forward, quite a few yards actually to get nearer to the halfway line. Then he throws the ball down back towards his own penalty area in Lloyd Jones. Now Doherty, the skipper. Wycombe content to let Charlton just play the ball around inside their own half. Connor Coventry dropping deep into the back line momentarily. The player's player of the season for Charlton, Connor Coventry. Now Lloyd Jones with the ball steered out to the left-hand side where Tyrese Campbell is forced back into his own half, but finds Doherty as captain. Campbell again over on the far touchline. Keeping the ball well here, Charlton, but not really an area where they can threaten that Wycombe penalty area. And Kane Ramsey struggles to keep it in play on this near side and slips and concedes a throw-in, which Adam Reach trots forward to take for Wycombe.
Yeah, it was sloppy Coventry there in the centre midfield. He dropped into centre half at one point, then he was in centre midfield, just overhit his pass, made it go off. But better from Charlton, just keeping the ball, keeping possession for 10-15 passes.
Well, it's going to be a free kick for Wycombe. Jones is judged to have been holding the shirt of Richard Kona. They wanted to take it quickly. Referee is still in conversation with Lloyd Jones. It's the type of free kick you don't see given very often, actually. It's in a promising position. 10 yards in from this near left touchline, around about the same sort of distance away from the area.
Just two players fully committed for the ball there. I didn't see nothing wrong with that. There was just two big, strong players going toe-to-toe.
Luke Lee to take the free kick. What about them silver dancing boots he's got on? The number 10 for Wycombe.
I'm not having them.
Well, I'm not good enough to wear those.
He scored at Pompey, mate.
Yeah, absolutely. They all count. Here's Lee to take the free kick for Wycombe. 0-0, 15 on the clock. Towards the far post, and it's headed high over the crossbar by Onyedimna. Was a sighter, but he's asking a lot as the ball was dropping from high in the sky, and it's behind for a goal kick for Charlton in front of their own supporters.
Rose really well then. Onyedimna got up really high, wanted it more than the Charlton defenders. Just a bit too high for him, ended up heading it over.
Charlton actually took part in the first ever Football League playoffs back in 1986-87. Lenny Lawrence, former manager of yours, former coach of yours, Darren Ambrose, was in charge then.
Great guy, Lenny Lawrence. Proper football man.
Here come Charlton towards the halfway line with their captain Doherty. One back by Wycombe though on this near side, and the opportunity to come forward here. One that was taken by Xavier Simons, and then he overran it and trying to win it back. Kone was a little bit late with the challenge. It's going to be a free kick for Charlton just outside their own 18-yard box.
It's just a full battle at the moment, isn't it, Crookie? 15, 16 minutes in, it's just battle after battle, and just seeing who comes out on top. Someone needs to take this game by the scruff of the neck, get it down, get some passes. We see Charlton do about 10-15 earlier, get the opposition moving, get them facing their own goal. But at the moment, it's been such a hectic start by both sides.
Mannion to take the free kick. Plays it towards the Wycombe penalty area, but got a bit too much purchase on it, and Sonny Bradley realised it was going to trickle harmlessly behind for a goal kick. And the lack of rain around, the pitch is very firm, isn't it? Any kind of bounce in it can make it difficult. Goal kick to be taken by Will Norris, the former Portsmouth man, over on the right hand side. Plays it short to the edge of the 6-yard box, then gets it back again. Norris looking for Kone inside the centre circle, stooping header away by Jones. Now it's back in the gloves of Norris away to our right hand side. You are listening to Talksport 2, your home of the EFL, where it's currently Wycombe 0, Charlton 0 in the first leg of this League One playoff semi-final. The winners of this tie will play either Leyton Orient or Stockport at Wembley in a couple of weeks' time. Wycombe have a free kick just inside their own half of the field. Down under a challenge there was Udo. Good run by Onyedimna. The flag stayed down over on the far side. It goes up belatedly as the free kick was played over the top of the Charlton defence. He tried to hook it goalwards right-footed. It was wide anyway. It did look as if Onyedimna had just got the wrong side of the Charlton defence and got himself in an offside position.
Yeah, it was. He tried the clever one, Onyedimna. Just a late run, but he just overdone it, and it was good defending in the end. They just held their line, just probably in front of us, 20 yards out. Just held it and allowed him just to drift offside. Good decision.
Long clearance upfield by Mannion. Campbell trying to make it difficult for Sonny Bradley, who has to hook the ball out of play for a Charlton throw over on the far side. Their supporters away to our left who are making the bulk of the noise at this moment in time. And it's going to be a throw-in launched into the Wycombe penalty area from the left-hand side, so taken by Edwards. Plenty of distance on that as well. But enough Wycombe bodies back to deal with the danger, and then the referee has given a free kick for a push. So a chance for Wycombe to clear their lines once more. They spent 144 days top of League One, Wycombe, this season. Their form really tailed off when Matt Bloomfield left to try and ultimately fail to keep Luton in the Championship. And they've won just 7 of 17 matches under Bloomfield's replacement Mike Dodds. That upheaval played a massive part in them falling out of the automatic promotion spots towards the end of the campaign. Matty Godden from well inside his own half clears the ball into the Wycombe area. Campbell trying to get on the end of it, is beaten to the loose ball by Bradley, and he steers it out of play for another throw in for Charlton.
That's the problem. That's the first real chance that Matt Godden's got the ball, but he's deep in his own half. He plays it to Tyrese Campbell. Even if he got on the end of it, there's no one up there in the box. They're struggling in the attacking sense at the moment, Charlton, and unless you're getting a long throw or a set play, which they've got at the moment.
20 minutes played. It's Wycombe 0, Charlton 0. Josh Edwards again to take the long throw in. Again, Charlton have got plenty of yellow shirts forward. Into the penalty area away to our right. Wycombe clear it to the edge of the box. Campbell on the left-hand side will try and put it back into the area. Might even try a shot here from distance. It's charged down on the edge of that box, and then Edwards can't keep the ball in play. It's out for a Wycombe throw, 0-0.
Yeah, that's unlucky, that Tyrese Campbell. First opportunity to attack the defender, and he did cut in onto his right foot and tried to place, instead of putting his laces through it, he tried to place it into the far corner. It's good block from the Wycombe defenders. Maybe the better option would have been just put your laces through it and see if you can find a way through that defence.
Yeah, tiptoeing towards the midway point of the first half. We await the first goal in this League One playoff semi-final. Very competitive opening to proceedings. And a lot of head tennis being played as well, as we're witnessing at the moment. And then Kone nobs the ball down, and then it's played down the Wycombe right-hand side by Humphreys, but Charlton win it back with Doherty. Doherty looking for Godden. Done a good job on Godden so far, those two centre-backs for Wycombe Wanderers, Sonny Bradley and Caleb Taylor. It was Taylor on this occasion who clears it away, and Taylor now in a race for pace with Campbell, down by his own corner flag over on the left-hand side. Does well again, Taylor, but didn't get a lot of distance on the clearance, only to Doherty, who overran it and then conceded a free kick in desperation to try and win the ball back. So Wycombe have a free kick halfway inside their own half.
Not much quality happening as of yet in this match. A few half chances, a lot of battling going on, trying to get one over on your opponent. Not much quality just yet, halfway through this first half.
Well, typical first leg of a playoff semi-final, really, when the stakes are so high. Here come Wycombe down their right. Good play by Onyedimna, and he feels like he was upended unfairly. Referee says play on, and now Grimmer with a chance to cross from the right-hand side. Udo was the target. Kept alive with the second header from Simons, and then from a long way out, Luke Leahy puts his shot straight into the arms of Mannion, the Charlton goalkeeper.
Probably the best bit of quality of the game, just as I was saying it as well. Grimmer pushed it round the defender, ran the other way, lovely delivery into the box, ended up with Leahy, just deflected, and the sun didn't cause too much problems for Mannion, took it really well.
You are listening to Wycombe against Charlton in the EFL League One playoffs, live on Talksport 2 with McDonald's. Enjoy a tasty night in, delivered to your door with McDelivery. We've got a stoppage in play here because there's a Wycombe player down inside his own half. It's Luke Leahy. An opportunity for one or two players to come over and take on some water. It is a very warm evening. You'll understand we're in is well covered, well protected from the sun. No need for the factor 50 for us, Darren Ambrose.
I bought me jumper and coat as well. I was told yesterday this could be one of the coldest stands that I've ever worked in. Having a laugh, and they sat here in shorts and t-shirts.
Free kick to be taken here by Will Norris, the Wycombe goalkeeper. 0-0 on Talksport 2. Kone nods it down on the edge of the penalty area, back into midfield, and then steered forward by Leahy. Here's Onyedimna. Maybe an opportunity for Grimmer again to get a cross in from that right-hand side. Deep delivery. Goalkeeper thought about coming and then left it. Knocked down by Kone, but he was off balance, and Charlton have immediately launched it long upfield, looking for Godden with a rapid counter-attack again. Wycombe defend it well. It's out of play on this near side for a Charlton throw. 0-0.
Brilliant positioning, Norris, in the Wycombe goal. Just when you thought Matt Godden had got in behind for the first time in this match, he came out, he was about 30 yards off and just headed it over him and just relieved the pressure.
Charlton in the playoffs for the first time in 6 years. Promoted from League One back in 2019. I like Patrick Bauer goal that Wembley saw off Sunderland. Here is Campbell coming into the penalty area from the left-hand side. He tried to curl the ball towards the far corner. I'm not sure if it was a cross or a shot. In the end, he's gone behind for a goal kick. He has looked the brightest spark as far as Charlton are concerned. Tyrese Campbell coming in on his right foot from that left-hand side. 9 goals to his name already this season. Yeah,
I was just going to say exactly the same. It looks their best opportunity at the moment of taking the lead. When he gets the ball, he's so positive with it. He's attacking, attacks the defenders. Just like you said, I think he was caught between two minds whether to cross or shoot there, and just did neither and just overhit it.
And that was a strong challenge by Simons inside the centre circle. Charlton fans weren't happy initially, but they've got it back with Watson now down the right in front of the Wycombe bench. He plays it back to Ramsey on the halfway line, and now Connor Coventry will take over and looks to switch it out to the left touchline. Grimmer aware that Josh Edwards was coming in, but the ball I think was always going to go behind. It will be another goal kick for Wycombe Wanderers. It's been quite the season for Wycombe, despite the late fall away in fortunes. They have achieved joint record points and wins as an EFL club in their history. Can be difficult, can't it, when you've been part of the automatic promotion picture for such a large part of the season, to miss out and then try and regroup and galvanise yourselves for a playoff campaign. Although Sheffield United did it well enough, didn't they, on Thursday night with that 3-0 win at Bristol City in the Championship.
Helped out a little by the officials, I think, on that. Liam Manning let them know, didn't he?
Yeah, and you've mentioned it already. There's been one or two controversial moments in these playoffs already, not least yesterday at Brisbane Road, that Leyton Orient offside goal. The Stockport manager Dave Challoner described it as the worst piece of officiating he's seen in his career.
I mean, I'd have to agree, albeit I was involved in a game at Bristol City where the ball hit the back of the net, come out, Freddie Sears, and it wasn't given, the ghost goal that wasn't given. So there's been some dodgy decisions over the years, but that one was outrageous in such a high profile match as well. It's 2-3 yards offside, but not to see that was just ridiculous. Thankfully, nothing of that has happened so far.
We've not had too many chances either, have we? Godden trying to change that. He comes sprinting down the right-hand side. Campbell and Berry have made a run into the penalty area. It's over the head of them both, and they almost run into each other. And the offside flag was up against Godden anyway, and it's going to be a free kick for Wycombe in their left-back position. I think that's an example of where probably the play should have been stopped earlier, because that ended up with two Charlton players colliding with each other in Berry and Campbell. Thankfully, neither are injured, but they could have been.
Yeah, I never understand this. Sometimes when they're so obvious, just stop the play. As you said, what are we waiting for? Injuries of players, serious injuries? Like you said, they're colliding. Who knows what can happen? When it's so obvious, they should just stop the game.
Wycombe 0, Charlton 0, here on Talksport 2 in the company of Alex Crook and Darren Ambrose, former Charlton midfielder. Free kick to be taken by Norris in the Wycombe goal. Again, he gets plenty of purchase on it. Kone trying to bring it down. Charlton win it back, and it's hooked forward and picked up by Godden inside the centre circle. Now Ramsey, the fullback, looking to find a bit of space to operate in on this near side. He was tracked all the way by Udo, but he keeps the ball and tries to put a cross into the edge of the penalty area. Stepping in was Caleb Taylor for Wycombe, and now they've set off on a counter-attack with Onyedimna inside the penalty area, and he does well there. Big burly Wycombe player out to his left-hand side, and reach sliding in was Gillespie, concedes a throw. He's been a handful, Fred Onyedimna, at times.
Yeah, they look good on the counter-attack as well. With the pacey up front, Richard Kone on the Dimwa. Other players joining in from behind. They look really good when they win the ball high up or in the midfield and they attack. And the Charlton defence are equal to it at the moment.
Lee with a throw, gets it back and then just cushions it down for Humphreys on the edge of the penalty area. Shifts onto his left foot and plays it back to Lee. Still hugging this touchline. Deep delivery. Not a bad ball in, actually. And there were a cluster of Wycombe players in a line on the edge of the 6-yard box. None of them could get on the end of it, and it's out of play in the end for a throw-in over on the Charlton left-hand side. 0-0 with half an hour gone here.
Yeah, I agree with you, Cook. I think that's a half-decent cross into the box, and I think that's what he's asking. He's asking, why has everyone made the same run into the front or the middle of the goal? Someone needs to hang out at the back, because it looks like a bad cross when it overhits everyone, but if someone's just there, the opposite wing on the dim one's maybe there, it's a clear header at goal.
Charlton have won 3 of the last 4 meetings between these two, including that 4-0 victory here on Easter Monday. Bit of space for Adam Reach in the pink footwear to come forward over the halfway line. Poor from Udo though, gives the ball away, and then Charlton again punts it long upfield, and again Norris is first to it. Ball played up to the edge of the Charlton penalty area, flicked on by Kone. Onyedimna tries to give it back to Kone, and it's put clear by Gillespie. And now the ball is safely at the feet of Will Mannion, the ex-England under-19 goalkeeper. And he will probably look to play it over the halfway line. Both goalkeepers have been quite direct at times. In fact, on this occasion he bowls it out short to Gillespie. And now Edwards down the Charlton left. 0-0 with 13.5 minutes to play in the first half. Campbell trying to get the wrong side of Grimmer. Been a good battle between those two on the Charlton left, and he's got the ball there, Tyrese Campbell. Surely he was upended by Grimmer. The referee was right on the spot. Then there were some afters between Campbell and Grimmer. He didn't give the free kick, the referee. It's out for a throw. That looked pretty clear cut, didn't it?
I mean, surely that's a free kick. It was great play by Campbell. He's cut back inside, and Grimmer just seemed to grab him and throw him on the floor. And as you said, there were some afters. He's not going to give no cards out for this, but for me that was clear cut as anything. It was a free kick.
It's going to be a throw-in the end for Charlton. The referee just having a word with Messrs Grimmer and Campbell. Jack Grimmer actually has happy memories of the playoffs. He scored in the final for Coventry in League 2 when they beat Exeter back in 2010. And he's back in his defensive position now. The throw-in's taken short, and a bit wasteful, because Wycombe have it back with Onyedimna coming forward down the right hand side. Showed a little bit too much of that to Doherty, and then Doherty has brought down Onyedimna, and that's an identical tackle to the one that wasn't given as a free kick at the other end.
That's outrageous. It was identical, and you can hear the Charlton supporters as well booing. You know what? It was clever play by Richard Kona as Onyedimna was running forward, because he wanted to play it back. The defender wanted to play back to the goalkeeper, but Richard Kona was just edging and he couldn't. Tried to turn, he lost possession, and now they've got a free kick, which is ridiculous, because identical to the one over the other end of the pitch, in a dangerous position.
Lee Heat standing over the free kick. There are half a dozen Wycombe players up inside the penalty area. Many of them are still in an offside position at the moment, including the two centre-backs, Bradley and Taylor, who will try and get themselves back onside as the ball is whipped in by Lee. Plenty of height on it again. Coming in at the back post was Bradley, heads it down into his own man. And Adam Reach has to slide to make sure that Wycombe keep the ball. Back with their goalkeeper Norris. Plays it to the edge of the Charlton penalty area. Good header away this time by Lloyd Jones. It's out for a Wycombe throw on this near touchline. Adam Reach comes forward and immediately grabs the white and gold playoff ball. Plays it short to Humphreys. They've got 5 players inside the penalty area, Wycombe. One of them was Caleb Taylor, who stayed out from the back. He gets his head on it and can only guide it well wide for a goal kick for Charlton. 0-0.
I mean, this match in particular, the first half an hour being such a battle. You're not seeing the good ball players. Cameron Humphreys on loan from Ipswich, just first real opportunity to get on the ball, played across into the box. It was because he's not had the ball much. The cross wasn't particularly good. It was behind everyone. It's been such a battle. Like I said, we're just waiting for someone to take this game, get the foot on the ball, and see what they can create, and as opposed to just battling all over the pitch. But I guess that's the playoffs, Quickie.
Yeah, certainly been very keenly contested so far, with 10 minutes of a goalless first half to this point to play on Talksport 2. And it's Charlton looking to come forward down the left with Edwards. Again, Godden having to drop very deep just to get a touch of the ball. Wycombe have cleared it over the halfway line, headed down by Jones and collected by Gillespie, his fellow centre-back. He goes long upfield and it's cleared this time by Taylor. Brought down by Udo inside the centre circle, and then Reach gets underneath his clearance. Got plenty of height but not much distance on that one. Taylor again tussling with Godden midway inside the Wycombe half, and it's helped out to Grimmer on the right hand side. He slides in to get there ahead of Campbell, and it will be picked up in the left back position for Charlton by Macaulay Gillespie, wearing very loud orange boots this evening. 0-0. We have 10 minutes the first half to play. At the moment, clear-cut chances have been at a premium. Long punt upfield by Ramsey, flicked on by Godden, just outside the penalty area, cleared this time by Caleb Taylor for Wycombe Wanderers, and it will be collected by the Charlton right back Ramsey again. He just drew the foul from Kone from behind. It's a free kick, and Ramsey felt the impact of that one.
Yeah, it looks a sore one. It didn't look any intention in it. He was just trying to win the ball, win possession, but it's one of those, they call that a forwards challenge maybe, when the players goes to clear it. He looks in a lot of pain as well, but I tell you what, Cooker, there's some key battles here, in particular the two over the other side of us, Edwards and Onyedimna, and Campbell and Grimmer, as Richard Kone's just been booked, and you can't really argue with that because it was a fully committed challenge. I don't think he meant to hurt him, but it was a committed challenge.
Yeah, first yellow card of the evening, 37 minutes in, 0-0. And Ramsey is still down and in need of treatment. A reminder, we have every single playoff game live, either here on Talksport 2 or on Talksport, the only national radio station with that kind of coverage, including all 3 finals on the May Bank holiday weekend from Wembley. Coming up over the next few days, we've got Sheffield United, Bristol City. Sheffield United 3-0 up from the first leg of that Championship semi-final. That's live on Talksport tomorrow, 8 o'clock kick-off on Tuesday night, same time, Sunderland, Coventry. The Black Cats won 2-1 at Coventry on Friday night. Wednesday night here on Talksport 2, it's Stockport Leyton Orient. That one locked at 2-2. That's the other semi-final in League One. Charlton Wycombe will do it again at the Valley on Thursday. That's also live on Talksport 2 at 8 o'clock. And then on Friday night, not one, not two, but three live and exclusive national radio commentaries for you. Villa against Tottenham is live on Talksport 2. That's a 7:30 kickoff. Live on Talksport at 8 o'clock. Chelsea against Manchester United. And on the Talksport app, we've got the second leg of the League Two playoff between Walsall and Chesterfield. Walsall won 2-0 earlier today away from home. Belatedly play will restart. And the goalkeeper for Charlton, Mannion, will take the free kick. Gets good purchase on it, and it's crossed in from the Charlton left-hand side, but rolls kindly into the path of Norris, who immediately bowls it underarm out to Adam Reach, the left-back. Momentarily, they've been down to 10 men, Charlton, while Ramsey was off receiving treatment, and he's still not been beckoned back on by the referee yet. He has now, having been patched up. The Charlton number 2. And they have possession on the edge of their own box with Connor Coventry. He's been upended by Javier Simons, and it's going to be a free kick for Charlton, 15 yards outside the box, 0-0.
I mean, there's so much going on without really a lot going on in rookie at the moment. It's all in the middle third, everyone fully committed to the cause. But in terms of goal malfunction, I think Charlton need to try not to force it as much up to Matt Godden, because Norris is in a great position. Every time they try and force it over the top, Norris comes out and just clears the danger. Need to try and get in someone's feet in it. Maybe Matt Godden comes short, but Campbell's probably the one, and they need to get it more to him and see what he can produce.
Thierry Small just getting a nice ovation for the travelling Charlton fans as he goes for his warm-up, back on the bench today after injury. Another player who's had a really solid season. I think you're right, just the magnitude of the occasion at the moment is overshadowing the quality levels on display. 5 minutes the first half to play. Charlton started brightly, but I think slowly but surely Wycombe have begun to take control, certainly playing the game at their tempo. Udo tries to bring it down the edge of the penalty area. It's cleared away, and then there was a clash of heads involving Luke Lee and Luke Berry, so we're going to get another stoppage in play here. Looks like Lee has come off worse.
Yeah, Luke Berry's rubbing his head. There's a bit of blood on his head. I believe that Lee, he looked to come off worse. I think the blood may be on Luke Berry's on the side of his head, but maybe Lee's is on his face. But we can't quite see an image yet, but it allows the players to go and get a drink on board, because it's been extremely hot today, and just get a little bit more tactics. There's definitely clear blood on Luke Berry's head, though.
Yeah, Nathan Jones, the Charlton manager, is out issuing some instructions. Curtis Fleming, a member of his backroom team, has got the clipboard out and is currently deep in conversation with Connor Coventry. Coventry, the former West Ham player, he's had a really good campaign, created more chances than anybody else in a Charlton shirt this season, despite the fact he's a defensive midfielder. Really, he's also made more tackles than any other player in League One, Connor Coventry. Lee is back to his feet, but you're right, Darren, I think there is a head wound that is currently being treated for Luke Berry. Looks like he's going to have to wear a sort of Terry Butcher style headband, certainly to see him through until half time.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll sort that out at half time. I'm not sure how comfortable that is to play with. But yeah, I thought Lee would have come off a lot worse. It looked like he had done, but you just started to see the blood trickle down Luke Berry's side of his head. But I think it just kind of sums up the game at the moment, in terms of it's just been a sheer battle, a sheer fight at the moment. And maybe that's the tactic that Wycombe are playing, because I think at the moment in current form, you go toe to toe and try and play football against Charlton, you're going to come off second best, you're going to lose. So maybe they've said, let's go out, let's have a fight with you in football terms, and see if you can handle it.
But as the game goes on, though, with that second leg at the Valley, and demand for tickets has been so high, we're expecting a sellout crowd. you do feel that Wycombe are going to need some kind of advantage to take into that second game.
Oh, absolutely. I said this before the game started. Charlton wouldn't be happy with a draw. Of course, they'd be a lot happy with a win, but they could take a draw out of this game, go back to the Valley on Thursday, and they'll be clear favourites. So at some stage, Wycombe do have to not go gung-ho, for instance, because you can still take a draw to the Valley and see what you've got, but they'll be second favourites for sure. So they need to come up with something.
Well, for the second time this evening, Charlton are down to 10 men because of an injury. Luke Berry's had to leave the field to have that head wound patched up. Initially, it looked like Luke Lee had taken the brunt of the collision, but clearly it was the other way round. Charlton have a free kick down by their left corner flag, which the goalkeeper, Will Mannion, is stood over. And clearly he's going to play this long because everybody is up on the halfway line. Mannion plays it down the left-hand side towards Campbell, but one back by Adam Reach, and he looks to play it forward to Kone. Sliding challenge on Kone by Watson to poke the ball out for a throw-in. Right on halfway, only 90 seconds of regulation time in this first half to play. We're going to get a few added minutes because of the two stoppages. Luke Berry is back out there. One of the three players that Nathan Jones brought into the team tonight from that side that beat Burton 3-1 on the last day of the season. And they weren't that far away from automatic promotion. They played Wrexham towards the end of the campaign. If they'd have won that game, then they might not have needed the playoffs. And there's another collision there between Berry and Lee Heat. As Wycombe come forward down the left with Udo into the penalty area. Lays it off for Adam Reach. Opportunity to cross, and it's not bad ball in. Kone went for the header, and again he's clashed heads with Josh Edwards. And well, the Charlton supporters, you can hear them, Darren Ambrose, they're asking for a second yellow card for Kone. How much of a genuine attempt was that to play the ball?
I think it was, in all honesty. We've got a great view here right behind when Reach put that cross in, and I just think he wasn't aware that he was behind him. He was aware where the ball was going to end up, and he did try. I'm not sure how much contact he actually made on Edwards, but look, when you want a yellow card, that's a dangerous game to be playing, and I'm sure every single opportunity now the Charlton supporters are going to let the officials know.
Well, it is going to be a free kick. I tend to agree with Darren Ambrose. I think he had eyes only for the ball, but Edwards clearly felt the force of it. Adding to Charlton's walking wounded list, we're into 5 minutes of stoppage time at the end of the first half. It's still Wycombe 0, Charlton 0. You're listening to Talksport 2, your home of the EFL. And it's going to be Mannion for Charlton who plays the kick upfield.
I think 5 quite a lot, to be honest.
And now there's an incident on the halfway line. Lloyd Jones was right at the heart of it, and the Wycombe players not happy because he appeared to stamp after the ball had gone there. The referee again is having to intervene. I mean, you mentioned about Wycombe wanting to turn this into a fight. Charlton have been pretty aggressive as well. The referee, to his credit, has very quickly calmed things down over on that far side, but I'm not sure that Lloyd Jones needed to stand on the player when he was down on the floor.
No, I'm not too sure as well. And I look, and it's Richard Kone getting involved once again, and again he's playing a dangerous game. I think his teammates just need to usher him away and let the rest of them deal with it, because you don't want him going off in particular. But yeah, I agree. Jones looked to not stamp as such, but kind of land on top of him. It did cause a little bit of a melee. But yeah, credit to the officials, sorted that out really quickly.
Well, Wycombe have got a free kick on halfway. We're into the second of the 5 added minutes in this first half. And the referee is scribbling his notepad, so I think there was a booking shown there. I can only assume it was to Lloyd Jones. And now Wycombe will take the free kick as we await the first goal in this League One playoff tie. We're going to try and play this in behind quite a high Charlton line. And Sonny Bradley had a swipe it on the edge of the penalty area, slipped as he went to try and get the shot away, and that enables Macaulay Gillespie to clear, and then the ball is sent back into the penalty area by Grimmer and straight into the arms of Mannion, the Charlton guy. I'm being told that Greg Doherty and Javier Simons both picked up a yellow card after that melee off the ball.
Jones didn't even get a yellow.
And he was certainly the catalyst for it, wasn't he? Are we going to get a goal before half-time? 2.5 minutes of the 5 added on remaining. It's still Wycombe 0, Charlton 0. Can't really recall either goalkeeper making a meaningful save.
No, it's been like I've said many times, a half of just pure battling, pure strength, and who can come out on top, and not much quality at all. I think we see one half decent cross into the box.
Gillespie with a long ball upfield looking for Godden. He just slipped on the edge of the penalty area, and that enables Wycombe to get it clear with Lee Heat. But we can only find touch on this near side. It's going to go out for a Charlton throw-in. Maybe another opportunity for Josh Edwards to launch one into the penalty area. Again, the likes of Gillespie and Jones are being sent forward. It would be big time to get their nose in front, Charlton, if they can make the most of this throw-in. Josh Edwards again has gone right to the advertising hoardings to try and get maximum leverage, maximum purchase on his delivery. It will almost be the last meaningful action of the first half. Edwards towards the 6-yard box, but headed away by Bradley. Got to say they've dealt with these long throw-ins quite well, Wycombe, so far. And then it was hooked back in towards the 6-yard box by Gillespie. And Norris collapses on top of the ball, and the danger's averted. Once more, it stays goalless.
Yeah, they've dealt with the set plays really well, particularly the long throws. First 5 minutes, Charlton had numerous long throws. They're just eating them up, the Wycombe defenders. I think they'll do that all day long. Maybe they need to come up with something else other than just launching it into the box.
Into the last minute of stoppage time at the end of the half. Wycombe have the ball, but deep inside their own half of the field. It's back with Norris, the goalkeeper. He guides it out to the right-hand side where Grimmer just helps it forward down the line. Udo's going to chase it, and he brings down Macaulay Gillespie, and that will be a free kick, and that really sums up the first half.
Yeah, it does. Didn't really need to do that. It was good defending in the end. Gillespie just got his body in between him and the attacker, Udo, and he didn't really need to do it. But as you said, it just sums up, and I just think maybe this is a tactic from Wycombe. Go out, fight for everything, and see if Charlton can handle that side of the game other than just going toe-to-toe and trying to play football.
Free kick to be played forward by Will Mannion, and there is the half-time whistle. Well, plenty of effort and endeavour, and not much quality on display. Neither goalkeeper has been seriously tested as yet. Plenty of needle between the two sets of players. We'll see how that continues and spills over in the second half. But I think overall, Darren Ambrose, considering they lost 4-0 here as recently as Easter Monday against Charlton, I think Wycombe will be the happier of the two teams at half-time.
Yeah, I do. I think it's almost a perfect half after losing 4-0 in the last time they played here. I think go out, come in at 0-0, don't concede early. They could have done, because Charlton did start really fast with particularly the long throws, but they handled those reasonably well. And you'd have to say Charlton maybe edged it on possession, but Wycombe have had more chances, albeit that not clear cut, but they've had more chances. But they've kind of stood up. Both teams have stood up to the battle of the match. But I expect more quality in the second half. I expect someone to try and get a foothold of the game, because, as you said, going back to the Valley, Wycombe need to really take something there and not just a 0-0 draw.
Yeah, and even at this relatively early stage of proceedings, it feels like the first goal tonight could be absolutely crucial in the outcome of the tie. Half-time then at Adams Park. Nothing to split these two. It's Wycombe Wanderers 0, Charlton Athletic 0.
EFL Live on Talksport 2 with McDonald's. Order McDelivery on the McDonald's app and get reward points too. 18 plus participating restaurants. Delivery fees and terms apply. See mcdonalds.com.
Julie could part exchange her car. Or check out We Buy Any Car. She could be unsure if she got a good deal part exchanging. Or have cash in the bank with more bargaining power to get a bigger car for her five-a-side team. Totally played. or total player. To get a quote in 30 seconds, enter your reg number now at WeBuyAnyCar.com.
Hello, this is Big Dunk Felson here. Just wanted to let everybody know I have a book out, and it's an honest story about the journey that I've been on, from growing up in Scotland to my time at Everton, what it's like to be a manager, and everything I've learnt from the great teams I've been in. And of course, break-ins, prison sentences, and nights out in Liverpool. It's all there. Big Dunk by me. It's out now. Hope you enjoy it.
Hi guys, it's Reece and Paul from Fat Lads Competitions.
That's fat with a PH, son.
Every single week we give away cash, cars, luxury watches and tech for as little as 5p a ticket. Here at Fat Lads,
That's fat with a PH.
with weekly free competitions that you can enter for absolutely nothing. And we've given away over £3 million in prizes and have over 3,500 5-star Trustpilot reviews. So go to fatlads.com today
That's fat with a PH.
or download the Fat Lads Competitions app. That's Fat with a PH. Are you happy now, Dad?
I am, thank you.
Over 18s only. Legal stuff applies.
Now it's even easier to sell for free on eBay. I was thinking, maybe I should sell that juicer we've used a grand total of once. Or the shirt I've been saying I'll wear for the last 2 years, but never have. Or that tiger cushion the dog barks at every time he's in the lounge. Oh, is that it again? No, Bertie!
With new AI listing features and simple delivery, it's now even easier to sell for free on eBay. Download the app now. eBay. Things people love. T's and C's apply. Excludes vehicles.
PGA Tour, the truest championship, live on Talksport 2.
That's a winner!
Tonight from 8:30, as the world's golfing elite go head-to-head at the Philadelphia Cricket Club. Hear full swing-by-pitch-by-putt commentary of all the hole-in-one action, direct from Pennsylvania.
Will it land softly? Oh my goodness!
Golf at a cricket club. How's that, you mad Englanders? The PGA Tour, the truest championship, tonight from 8:30, live on Talksport 2.
The Women's Football Show with Leanne Sanderson.
On Talksport 2.
Every Monday night, I'll bring you unbiased analysis of the entire women's game.
The left-footed delivery comes in, it's fantastic! It's gone into the back of the net!
World-beating big match conversation.
And big name interviews every week.
I think you feel like you've got a lot of time and then suddenly you're just in it.
It's the only dedicated women's football show on UK radio.
That injury seems years ago now.
The Women's Football Show with Leanne Sanderson.
Tomorrow night from 7 on Talksport 2, the home of women's football.
Thursday night, the League One playoff semi-final second leg, live on Talksport 2.
And it's gone straight in.
Charlton Athletic versus Wycombe Wanderers.
A goal to celebrate.
All comms commence at 8 p.m.
How big a goal is that?
Thursday night,
The League One playoff semi-final second leg on Talksport 2. Defeat is not an option.
The Monday Club on Talksport 2.
A broadcasting juggernaut of sport.
Honestly, it's a whole different conversation.
Professional analysis.
He was at the very peak of his powers.
Yeah.
He's the master of the dark arts.
And refreshingly frank opinion after all the action.
I don't rate him at all.
I think he's useless.
The Monday Club, the sharpest minds in the business.
That is unbelievable. Monday afternoon from 5.
On Talksport 2.
From the touchline to the terraces, the League One playoff semi-finals, live on Talksport 2.
So half-time here at Adams Park in the first leg of the League One playoff semi-final. Wycombe Wanderers 0, Charlton 0. A match devoid of any real quality to this point. Hopefully that will improve in the second half. Earlier on today on Talksport 2, we brought you the first leg in the League 2 semi-final between Chesterfield and Walsall. Matt Sadler's side coming out 2-0 winners on the road as they took advantage back to the Bescott Stadium ahead of the second leg on Friday night. After the game, Talksport's Adam Bridge caught up with the Walsall manager.
Matt, half-time, 2-0. You must be really pleased with that performance.
Yeah, I thought we played well. I thought we started a little bit edgily and then grew into the game. We've got a young team, and these experiences that we're going through together is they're invaluable for everyone. The careers that we're going to move forward with. So that was another experience today in a fantastic kind of cauldron arena for football. Sellout crowd, everyone right on top of the game. So we knew we were going to have that period of settling, and when we did that, I thought as we started to then really get into the game and maybe try and exploit some of the areas that we wanted to in the game, it was good. We did well in them moments. So that was pleasing. I thought Liam did well in the game, and so did Tails on that. And there's some really good performances. So yeah, I have to be pleased with that. Of course I do. But of course, it's going to be laid with the next sentence of, but it's nothing yet. Got half a game to go.
To have come back in the manner from the disappointment of last week, is that one of the things that's pleased you most with the performance today?
That's the right answer to that. I've got an unbelievable group, and I've had that all season. I've had it in every single game this season, and when maybe we hadn't won games, so I think we were on top of a hell of a lot of games, and sometimes the rub of the green goes the other way. What my group do and what our group do, we never give up, we never feel sorry for ourselves. I've said it before, I'll say it again, we're fighters, we're not victims to anything, and we'll keep fighting. And I thought that was a fighting performance today from us, and we had to do it in loads of different ways. Tommy had a great game, I thought. I thought my defence were rock solid at times, but I thought as a team we were really resolute and connected as a team. So yeah. When you come up against Paul Cook's Chesterfield teams or any team that Paul Cook manages, they're going to test you in loads of different ways, because he knows what he's doing. He's a fantastic manager, and he's a fantastic person. So you're going to be up and different ways of trying to win the game, and today there was that way. So yeah, we have to get ready for what will be another completely different game, I'm sure, on Friday night.
The discipline your team showed, because obviously they were always going to have a lot of the ball, it's what they do time and time again. The discipline, the shape, and like you say, the consistency and the effort today was first class, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think again that's been a hallmark of us all season. Very well kind of organised and all of that. We know it doesn't always work out, of course it doesn't. They're a good team, so you go 1/2 yard one way and they can find a pass. But I think with our group in the sun again, I have to be pleased with how we played. I have to be pleased with how disciplined and organised that we were. Pleased with that. There were some really good out of possession performances there, and then that grew us to make us good in possession at times, and we did well in possession at times. But again, more to work on and more to get ready for.
That was the Walsall manager Matt Sadler reacting to their 2-0 victory against Chesterfield earlier today. Our man Adam Bridge also caught up with Chesterfield's assistant boss Danny Webb, who gave his thoughts to their defeat.
A tough afternoon. Walsall played very well. From your perspective, what did you make of your team's performance?
I thought they played their style better than we did ours. And I'll never always say the result doesn't lie, and it didn't lie today. Because they scored 2 and we didn't. So I'm not one for making excuses and saying, we were the better team, because we weren't. We were a bit off it first half. I thought the game in general wasn't really a very scintillating experience, if I'm honest, for the neutral. Probably made it a little bit exciting with some headers and things cleared off the line, set the second half in our favour, but really you just felt with a couple of minutes to go, okay, it is only half time, let's not give them a scrappy goal to take a 3-goal lead to the Bescott, because it's all very well people like myself using all the cliches before these games, but you've got to stick with them now just because it hasn't gone your way. It is only half time and we have to make sure that we get that first goal, because bar the Sheffield Wednesday Peterborough game the other year, there's not many teams come back from 3 or 4 deficits, especially in the playoffs, and especially the way Walsall play. They'll certainly back themselves. I know their supporters certainly back themselves, and fair play, but I know our supporters, and they'll be turning up at the Bescott on Friday full of belief, and so are we.
And a reminder, you can hear the second leg of that League 2 playoff semi-final between Walsall and Chesterfield live on the Talksport app on Friday. If you haven't downloaded the app as yet, you are missing out. You can watch all of our reels and videos from Talksport as well, and just use the live games tab to pick your choice of listening. The playoff action keeps coming thick and fast, as tomorrow night live over on Talksport we'll find out who will be the first Championship side to book their place in the final at Wembley. Bristol City have it all to do, looking to overturn a 3-goal deficit at Bramall Lane up against Sheffield United. Shortly you'll hear from the Bristol City boss Liam Manning, but first here's Blades manager Chris Wilder, who despite the big lead they have is taking nothing for granted.
Well, still work to do. I respect the game too much. I respect the situation that we're in too much. Being about the block, for a number of years. We've got to go and do a job on Bristol City now on Monday night. They're going to be hurting. They're going to be stung, and they'll want to come after us. So we need a full out at Bramall Lane. I think the players deserve that. And hopefully we can. And the energy that their supporters gave their players, especially in the first 20-25 minutes, hopefully our supporters will do that with a packed Bramall Lane, and we've still got a lot of work to do. I think you saw me sort of attitude towards at the end. We were into the players quickly went over to the supporters, and obviously we were quickly back in the change room in tomorrow and preparing for a big night on Monday night.
Keep believing. I think that's the beauty of sport. I think if you look at the history of sport, there's been so many comebacks, and while we're in it, we'll fight to the final whistle on Monday. That has to be the message. I think we've got to this point fighting. We've exceeded people's expectations, and that. And I know a lot of people write us off straight away on Monday, which again, that for me is the beauty of it. There's probably less pressure on us now because nobody will expect us to do anything. So for me, as long as we're in it, we'll fight and give everything until, like I said, the final whistle goes.
And you can hear the second leg of that Championship playoff semi-final, Sheffield United against Bristol City, live on Talksport tomorrow. Adrian Durham will be your host at Bramall Lane. Commentary from Jim Proudfoot and the former England striker Dean Ashton. So a reminder of exactly what's coming your way from the playoffs over the next few days. Sheffield United, Bristol City tomorrow, 8 o'clock on Talksport. Tuesday, we've got Sunderland against Coventry, second leg of the other Championship semi-final. That's over on Talksport. On Wednesday night, it's Stockport against Leyton Orient. That's an 8 o'clock kickoff live here on Talksport 2. We are waiting for the two sets of players to come back out. I think the general feeling around the press box here at Adams Park, Darren Ambrose, is that Wycombe, having been taught a bit of a footballing lesson when they tried to take the game to Charlton only a few weeks ago, 20 days ago now, they've decided to be a lot more physical, and I guess 0-0 it's paying off.
Yeah, you'd say so. They've been a lot more aggressive, and I always said that with the form coming into this, particularly Wycombe's lack of form, with the last 3 games are 7 wins in 17, and Charlton 61 points since December. You can't go toe-to-toe in terms of footballing, because it could have been a 3 or 4-0 again. So yes, they've probably said in there, Mike Dodd's probably said, this isn't happening again. They probably watched a video of that 4-0 defeat, see where they were going wrong, and said, let's go out, let's win the battle first and foremost, and then let's see what we can do. They've not won the battle, as it were, but it is still 0-0. So I do think, and we spoke about this in the first half, they need to take a lead to the Valley on Thursday, because there'll be massive underdogs if they don't do that. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of reaction and what kind of football they're going to be playing in this second half.
Well, the Sheffield United players are the first to emerge. Doesn't look as if they're going to make it. Sheffield United, Charlton Athletic players first to emerge for the second half. Doesn't look as if they are making any changes. Wycombe also just coming back out for the tunnel, just a few feet below us. Looks like they'll be unchanged for this second 45 as well. So Wycombe once again will go with Norris in goal, Grimmer, Bradley, Taylor, and reach the back four. Simons and Leahy in midfield, with Onyedimna and Humphreys ahead of them, and then Kone and Udo up front. For Charlton, Mannion is the goalkeeper, Ramsey, Jones, Gillespie and Edwards the back four, Coventry and Doherty holding in midfield, Watson, Berry and Campbell are behind Matty Godden up front. Neither goalkeeper had a save to make in the first half. Let's see if that can change in the second. It is going to be Wycombe Wanderers in their blue and black quartered jerseys, black shorts and black socks, shooting from left to right to get us back off and running here on Talksport 2. Charlton in their yellow shirts, black shorts and yellow socks, attacking the goal away to our left. So the end, which is housing the couple of thousand travelling Charlton supporters. No real surprise, there's been no changes, Darren, at half-time?
No, none at all. I think it's 2 evenly matched sides in the first half. What I am interested to see is the reaction to the Charlton defenders, to Richard Kone, already been booked, was in the little melee as well, wasn't he? So it would be interesting to see what Nathan Jones has said to them, whether to just wind him up a little bit, see if we can gauge a reaction off him. There's been 1 or 2 episodes in the first half, as it were, but nothing as yet.
Probably for Charlton down their right-hand side. Ramsey with a throw, nodded away by Leahy. And then it's Caleb Taylor, doesn't get too much distance on the clearance, and Charlton have got another throw over on that far side. They've hoisted quite a few long throw-ins into the penalty area over the course of the first 46 minutes here, 0-0. Taken short this time by Ramsey and then hooked towards the 18-yard box by Connor Coventry, but one back by Wycombe, and Kone dropping very deep to just get an early feel of the ball in this second half. It's launched in towards Onyedimna, who lays it off first time. Neat bit of control from him to Lee He. Grimmer on the overlap, but Lee switched the play out to the left-hand side instead, and Kone picks it up now inside the area for Wycombe, attacking the goal to our right. Quickly closed down by Ramsey, so picks out reach on the left corner of the box. Lee with a cross in there, and Charlton again have done well to clear their lines, but then it bounces kindly for Kone, and again he's grappling with Ramsey this time. It's going to be a free kick, and I think he's got to be a bit careful, Richard Kone, as you say.
Yeah, I said this in the first half. He was very physical in the first half, and that's what kind of player he is, but it's fantastic defending by Ramsey. You thought Richard Kone was just going to get around the back of him. He just put his body in between him and the football. And he had the only thing Kone could have done was dragged him down. But yeah, I agree. He's a physical player. He's a big player, and just needs to be a little bit careful. But if I'm a Charlton player, I'm in the referee's ear now, saying it's about the fifth one now.
And a free kick for Charlton, which the goalkeeper Mannion will take. This Adams Park Stadium, a very picturesque venue, bushy green trees all around us over on that far side, overlooking the Frank Adams stand. It's a perfect night for football, but it's not been a perfect game to watch so far. Reach for the long punt upfield. Kone got a push in the back. They're going to try and wind him up as well, aren't they? It was Gillespie who left one on Richard Kone there. No free kick, says the referee, and cleared upfield by Grimmer, but out of play for another Charlton throw. Charlton, who lost 11 games in League One this season, 9 of them coming away from home. Again, backing up really what Darren Ambrose has been saying, that if Wycombe are to progress to the final, this home leg is so decisive for them. Long throw in down the left-hand side is headed clear by Cameron Humphreys, the Ipswich Town loanee for Wycombe, and then picked up just on the edge of the centre circle by Udo. Udo coming forward down the Wycombe left now, but Ramsey able to head the ball out for a Wycombe throw. Around about 10 yards inside the Charlton half, away to our right. And that throw in taken short and picked up just inside the Charlton half by Lee He, who immediately looks to release Udo, but can't control it. It's going to be a goal kick for Charlton Athletic. 0-0, 4 minutes gone in the second half. No real change to the flow of the game.
No, it's so comfortable for both sets of defenders. I think that the long balls that they're trying to put over the top, trying to force it a little bit too much. Bradley and Taylor and the Wycombe end, and Jones and Gillespie, they're just eating these up all day. That's probably their bread and butter. Just think, get the ball down, try and play little intricate passes, little 1-2s. Get Campbell more on the ball if you're Charlton. Try and get Cam Humphreys as he is there on the ball, and just try to make something happen.
Yeah, it needs somebody, doesn't it, to take this semi-final first leg by the scruff of the neck, cleared into touch by Caleb Taylor for Wycombe. It's going to be a throw in that Edwards will take on this near side. Charlton fans still in good voice away to our left. Short one for Edwards this time, goes back to the halfway line, and Lloyd Jones, Connor Coventry, content to sit deep and try and be the ringmaster inside his own half. And took a bit of a risk there, playing it back to Mannion, with Kone bearing down, but Mannion able to clear it away, and it's with Grimmer now, the right back for Wycombe, who again goes long upfield. Kone heads it back into his own half. And awkward for Sonny Bradley as he steers it back to his goalkeeper, and off balance Norwich finds touch, and well, we almost had to head that away from the top right of the press box. Smashes into one of the wooden desks down below us.
I think you and I would have been battling for the header there, just to get a little bit of excitement here.
Edwards to take the throw. 0-0 on Talksport 2, and we've played 6 minutes since half-time. Earlier today, in the League 2 playoff semi-final first leg, it finished Chesterfield 0, Walsall 2. Long throw in to the area by Edwards. Again, Wycombe defend it well, and then there was a foul on Onyedimna. So it's going to be a free kick for Wycombe on the edge of the D, just outside their own 18-yard box.
just seen no real change, have we, in the tempo of the game? It's a very high tempo match. In the quality, in terms of there's been 0 to no quality at all. It's just been out and out battle. What are we, 6-7 minutes into the second half? No change whatsoever. Maybe both managers might look to the substitutes bench and see if someone can come on and just make a real difference.
Well, Wycombe did score more second half goals than any other team in League One this season, so they will take heart from that as Norris clears it upfield, and actually the ball bounces over the head of his opposite number Mannion and out for a goal kick.
Is that a shot? Can we count it?
I'm not sure we can, you know. Again, the very dry conditions that we've had in recent days certainly made the pitch very, very bouncy, and you saw that there. Just going to try and get a count for you of the number of goal attempts we've actually had in the game so far. Looking at the live statistics. 4 shots for Wycombe, 1 for Charlton, 2 shots on target for Wycombe.
I'm trying to rack my brains to when.
Well, certainly neither goalkeepers had too much cause to get.
Remember, there was one where Lee wasn't there. It was just deflected and ended up in Mannion's arms, so maybe that was one.
And here's Tyrese Campbell attacking down the Charlton right, but again beaten in the air by Sonny. Bradley wins it back though, Campbell, and he's got Godden ahead of him, and he tripped over the ball as he tried to go into the penalty area, and that really epitomises what we've been watching so far. But that was quite a promising attack.
Oh, it's so dry out there. You did say that, and I'm not giving excuses for him, but he's probably been their most attacking threat at the moment. But you'd have to say Doherty was on his own on the edge of the box. If he got his head up and just rolled it back, he'd have been on a clear shot at goal, because Godden had occupied both the centre halves. He was open, but just got it caught under his feet, Tyrese Campbell, and ended up falling on the ball.
They've not really supplied Matty Godden anywhere near enough, have they? When he has been in possession, it's largely been because he's dropping deep and just having to get himself involved in the game rather than actually being given any service.
Yeah, it's always hard, isn't it? It's happening with Richard Coney as well. They're trying to drop too deep, and when the ball does get put over the top to an on-running midfield, they're not there, because they're the ones playing the ball over the top, and it's not ideal and it's frustrating, but it's just the sheer extent and the rewards for these games that you can just see an air of nervousness around the place.
And Thierry Small has been sent out to warm up by Nathan Jones, not able to start the game fitness-wise, but you wonder if we're going to see his introduction very soon. Meanwhile, the ball is chipped towards the Charlton penalty area, free kick inside the Wycombe half, and brought down by Leahy on this near touchline, the right. Plays it back to Grimmer, who loops the ball into the penalty area over the head of Kone, and again caught cleanly by Mannion, who seems to have regained composure after a couple of nervy moments in the early exchanges. Much cooler evening now. The temperature has certainly dropped in the last half an hour or so.
Doesn't look to have in that Charlton end. They're full-on sunshine in that end. It's funny the difference of each end. One's in the shade and one's in full-on sunshine, and look like they can hardly see.
Yeah, not quite such a problem for Will Norris as it was for Mannion, in fairness, in the first half, as the sun begins to go down. Oh, that looked like a handball by Caleb Taylor. I think he was outside the penalty area, but may have got away with one there. Throw in for Charlton, which Edwards again will take on this near side. 0-0. We've played 10 minutes in the second half. Still no closer really to the opening goal on Talksport 2. Edwards to take the throw. Charlton fans still making plenty of noise. Aimed in towards Godden. It's going to go out of play off on Yedimna for another throw in, bit nearer to the penalty area this time. Almost level with our commentary position. Joe Edwards just a few paces below us. You could almost reach out and touch him as he takes this throw. And they've sent Lloyd Jones and Macaulay Gillespie forward from the back. Suggests that Edwards is going to go a bit more direct with this one. And he did. He throws it towards the penalty spot, headed away by Caleb Taylor. And then they're screaming for handball, the Charlton players, as it was put back into the area. Lloyd Jones was leading the appeals for a penalty, referee not interested, and now Wycombe can come forward. Ball punted up towards Udo, and it's out of play for a Wycombe throw over on the far side. We've not got the benefit of a monitor here to show us a replay, but some of the Charlton players seemed quite convinced.
They did, but it didn't look like a penalty from the replay that we've just seen on the monitor in front of us. It looked like it just may have skimmed the arm, but it wasn't in an unnatural position.
Of course, no VAR in the playoffs. Long throw into the Charlton penalty area, headed clear by Ramsey. And a deep cross from Lee towards the far post. It might come down for Adam Reach, who's well forward on this near side. And he showed a bit too much of it to Edwards and then brought him down. It's going to be a free kick for Charlton. And well, still we await the first goal. Darren Ambrose is lost for words.
It's just there's not much happening.
Good, is it?
There's not much happening. There's a lot going on without anything really taking place. If you understand what I'm saying, it's all in the middle third. Even now, there's a goal kick about to happen or a free kick. They're all in the middle third. You can throw a blanket over every one of them. Just again, need a little bit of quality.
Wycombe, we've got Gareth McCleary warming up below us. He started their last game of the regular season. Their experienced Jamaican international, former Reading man. As the ball is spooned out of play by Lloyd Jones for a Wycombe throw right in front of Nathan Jones, the Charlton manager.
I don't think he liked that though. I think he felt Tyrese Campbell could have made an effort to keep that on, because he ran out as if he was showing him that you could have got here. Maybe just a little bit of frustration in the camp of Charlton, because I think Wycombe are playing this relatively well. After losing 4-0, they're just battling hard, and Charlton need to come up with another plan to get on top.
Here comes Ramsey down their right-hand side, Charlton Athletic. Forward to Tenai Watson. First time we've really mentioned his name since half-time. We've played 14 minutes since the break, still goalless. Nathan Jones urging his side forward. Gillespie into the penalty area, got him with his back to goal, rolls it to Campbell on the edge of the box, went for the low shot, which was easily blocked, and now Onyedinma is grappling with Campbell. Again, a real physical battle between the two. And Jack Grimmer in the end has to come in and help out his teammate and win the ball back, and now Lee clears it against God and out for a Wycombe throw down by the right corner flag, 0-0.
Yeah, good little battle. As we've been saying all along, like a little mini wrestling match right in front of us, but nothing really in it. No foul either way, and then Grimmer come with lovely footwork to like a little Maradona turn to clear the danger.
Grimmer to take the throw, trying to get this towards halfway and relieve the little bit of Charlton pressure that was beginning to build. Nodded forward by Gillespie, but it bounces off Campbell and out for another Wycombe throw. Plenty of those, haven't we, over the course of the first hour of this game. And Grimmer again will take it from the near side. Wycombe, as Darren Ambrose mentioned over on Talksport earlier when we were previewing the game, promoted via the playoffs back in 2020 during the COVID season. Liverpool won the Premier League that season. Leeds won the Championship. Maybe the omens are there for the Chair boys, but you feel they need a goal, a lead to take back to the Valley on Thursday night into the second leg.
Here's another one for you then. Charlton, a joint record of clean sheets this season with 20, and all 3 seasons that they're joint with, they were promoted in all of those seasons.
There you go. Omens for both sides if you look hard enough. Here come Charlton, long ball into the penalty area. The big men are up from the back again. Watson knobs it down. Maybe a chance for Berry to get a shot away. Really good block that by Caleb Taylor. Berry with a right foot half volley, and Taylor put his body on the line. It's behind for a corner.
What a block. What a block. Finally got in behind Doherty, and he done the right thing. Keep it down. Get your knee over the ball on the volley. Keep it down. Head towards the far post. And there was Taylor putting his body on the line just to block it.
Corner to be whipped in from the far side. It's the first of the second half. I think it might be Charlton's first corner of the game, actually. And it's going to be taken by Luke Berry wearing that Terry Butcher-style headband. Looks for Godden. Clearly a training ground routine, but Godden, in trying to sweep the ball goalwards, only fouled Lee, and it's going to be a free kick and a bit of a wasted opportunity, really, from a Charlton perspective.
Yeah, he read it, Lee, straight away. I was watching it. They all went in and around Norris in the Wycombe goal, and all they tried to just cut it back to the penalty box, but Lee read the script perfectly and went and cleared the danger, got the foul.
Berry brings it down on the edge of the centre circle for Charlton. Still 0-0. Caleb Taylor let it run for his goalkeeper Norris. And Godden breathing down his neck. Norris clears it away, and then Adam Reach punts the ball high up into the Buckinghamshire sky, and it's nodded on by Kone to Onyedimna down the right hand side. Good defensive play once again by Josh Edwards, and now Norris in the Wycombe goal will try and build from the back once more. Norris steers the ball back towards the edge of the Charlton penalty area. Kone beaten in the air by Gillespie, picked up though by Grimmer, 10 yards inside the Charlton half, and now an opportunity to get a cross in from Humphreys, maybe down the right hand side. Instead rolls it forward to Grimmer. He slips and it's behind for a goal kick. 0-0.
Yeah, I think he chose the wrong option, Cam Humphreys. I think he should have just put the ball into the box, let Richard Kone battle and compete inside the box. He tried to hit Grimmer on running and just overhit it. Grimmer slipped and nothing come of it, and just rolled off for a goal kick. As we finally see a substitution, maybe this is the start of it.
And it's Gareth McCleary, who turns 38 next week, the Jamaican international, coming on for Fred Onyedimna. McCleary, vastly experienced in the EFL, has been warming up down below us throughout this second half, so he is on, and Onyedimna makes way. As Charlton and Will Mannion prepared to take a goal kick away to our right. We've played 64 minutes. It's Wycombe 0, Charlton 0. And the ball is flicked on neatly by Godden. Campbell beaten to it by Bradley. The pass back to his goalkeeper was a little bit heavy, but he dealt with that, Norris, and it's nodded forward down the right hand side by Humphreys for Wycombe Wanderers.
I do like Norris. He's looked really assured today. Every time the ball's gone over, his positioning's been fantastic, just clearing the danger. Even there, no panic whatsoever. The pass back, he probably should have just let it roll back to him, but he didn't. He passed it back to him, just controlled it and just got rid of the danger. I've really been impressed so far.
Long throwing down the left by Edwards. Grimmer does well just to use his body to outmuscle Matty Godden, and the ball runs out of play for a Wycombe Wanderers throw. Only 25 minutes remaining, 0-0 the score. Earlier today in the Premier League, we brought you live an exclusive commentary of a big win for Newcastle at home to Chelsea over on Talksport. 2-0 victors, the Magpies. Nicholas Jackson sent off as McCleary comes bursting down the right, low cross into the area, blocked away by Jones. And then McCleary content to let the ball run out of play for a throw. Other Premier League results this afternoon. Arsenal coming from 2-0 down to draw 2-2 at champions Liverpool, despite having Mikel Merino, one of their goal scorers, sent off. Here's Reach with a cross into the penalty area. Headed away by Jones. Kept alive by Caleb Taylor. Bustling away down the right-hand side. And has he won his team a corner? Yes, I think he has. Well, this is a chance for Wycombe to put pressure on the Charlton penalty area. It finished Manchester United 0, West Ham 2, Tottenham beaten at home by Crystal Palace by the same scoreline. All those Premier League results from earlier today. Here comes Wycombe's first corner of the second half. You get the sense that even with 25 minutes to play, one goal could make the decisive difference here. Corner floated in towards the far post and nodded behind. Well, for a moment, I think those travelling Charlton fans thought this might end up in the back of the net. It was a very tight angle. Even might already have been off the pitch, actually, Sonny Bradley, when he headed it goalwards.
Yeah, the angle we're at right now, it looked as though it looked like he drifted to the back post and Bradley got his head to it, and it looked like it was just nestling in the corner, but it didn't. It went behind the goal, and looking at the screen in front of us, it was, as you said, a relatively easy miss from Bradley. I think the ball was already out, to be honest. Still waiting the goal, Crookie.
Still waiting a big chance. Goal kick for Charlton, taken by Mannion. Grimmer there ahead of Godden, but one back by the captain. Doherty chips it forward. Tyrese Campbell beaten in the air by Taylor, and now it's looping up around on the centre line. Hooked forwards by Leahy for Wycombe towards Kone. And then as Charlton clear the ball away, Grimmer out-muscles Campbell, gets a big cheer from the Wycombe fans and plays it up towards Kone on the edge of the area. Lloyd Jones has gone down after that challenge with Kone, but play continues. Kone flicking the ball forward towards Udo, and it's cleared to the halfway line where Reach plucks it neatly from the sky for Wycombe Wanderers and then gives it away. And Charlton looking to counter. Campbell is the target, trying to get in between those two central defenders, but he was leaning into Sonny Bradley, who didn't need a second invitation to go down. It's a free kick for Wycombe, and it is still goalless.
It is once again. It's good defending from Bradley, and both sets of defence are just, it's bread and butter for them. These long, hopeful punts upfield, they're just eating them up. Even Kone can't get anything, Godden can't get anything, they're just eating it up. That's what they do day in, day out. They just need another plan, both sides.
Wycombe 0, Charlton 0. Good play this by Kone into the penalty area. His crosses turn behind for a corner. Starting to get more involved. Richard Kone starting to ask more questions of the Charlton defence as the clock ticks down. It's going to be a corner from the near side. The last one headed into the side netting by Sonny Bradley. Arriving late at the far post. Looks like they're going to try that technique again. Wycombe Wanderers. Bradley and Taylor both making a late burst towards that far stick, and it comes for Bradley, and it's headed off the goal line. Well, that's as close as we've come to a goal, and then Adam Reach with a left-footed volley over the bar.
I think it was Taylor this time. I think Bradley blocked the defender and Taylor looped round the back and got a lovely header across, and it was a lovely clearance as well. It's probably the best bit of play, even though it was a hopeful corner. It was a lovely header. Just caused a little bit of confusion. We're finally seeing a little bit of quality.
Well, the Charlton fans are singing Thierry Small's name. He is one of a couple of changes I think they're about to make. Caroy Anderson will be coming on as well. Next time there's a break in play, as Leahy volleys the ball forward left-footed, nodded on by Udo, but Kone beaten to the punch by Jones, and then Godden is set away on the counter. He's in behind Godden, shoots left-footed. It was spilt by the goalkeeper Norris, but he's able to gather at the second time of asking.
He actually made a real good decision, Norris. He was going to come, but Godden would have definitely got there first. He decided not to, and the angle was tight on Godden's left foot. It was a nice volley, but comfortable save with no one following up. He could afford to just parry it and then collect it. It was, again, I've been really impressed with Norris, very assured.
Does go down as a rare shot on target for Charlton Athletic. 70 minutes played, 0-0. And here come the first changes for the visitors. Luke Berry, who was fitnessed out before the game, has got through 70 minutes, but he is making way. And so too is Tenai Watson. So Thierry Small will come on and operate on the right side of that three, in behind Godden, the lone striker. Caroy Anderson will go into the number 10 position. You can hear what the Charlton fans make of the return from injury of Thierry Small.
It's been a difficult afternoon, evening for Tenai Watson. Not really seen much of him, but it's one of those when the ball's just going from back to front and it's only Godden and Tyrese Campbell getting involved, and the other side Richard Kone, it's real difficult to show anything. It's been he'd be disappointed with the evening.
Mannion with the ball forward for Charlton. Headed away by Taylor, one back on halfway by Gillespie. Then Lee tries to nod it down for Wycombe. And Gareth McCleary managing to flick it forward. Lee with a first time pass, looking for Kone on the right. Edwards quickly across, but Kone able to control the ball down by the corner flag, and then ran it out of play. And it will be a goal kick for Charlton.
That was nearly a lovely bit of skill by Richard Kone. He's back to Edwards there, and he pushed it round one side, went the other way. I mean, Edwards done really well to defend it and just hold him off and allowed the ball to roll off for a goal kick. Richard Kone was claiming for a foul, but no, it was really good defending.
And Will Mannion with the opportunity to get the ball forward to the other end of the pitch. Only finds the head of Sonny Bradley inside the centre circle, who nods it back to the keeper. You're listening to Wycombe versus Charlton in the EFL League One playoffs, live on Talksport 2 with McDonald's. Enjoy a tasty night in, delivered to your door with McDelivery. Are we going to get a goal in this first leg? Referee has stopped play because Sonny Bradley is down injured on the edge of the penalty area. It's not a head injury, Darren Ambrose.
No, it's not. I'm literally just watching the screen now. I think it was Tyrese Campbell just went to collect the ball and just caught him with an outstretched leg. There wasn't much in that at all. But he's up and he's absolutely fine, as we'd expect.
Play will restart with a Wycombe free kick, which Norris, the goalkeeper, stands over. And plays it out to the left-hand side, looking for Udo. One back by Anderson for Charlton, and then they try and play it forward on the counter-attack, headed away by Bradley. And Caleb Taylor stepping into midfield. Gives it away though, and that's a good ball by Anderson to release Campbell down this near side, the Charlton left. Back into Anderson, the substitute again, but back towards halfway. Wycombe very quick to get men behind the ball. And Anderson is going to have to play it back into his own half of the field, where Gillespie will take over and plays it back to his goalkeeper Mannion. Been well organised tonight, Wycombe Wanderers, you had to say that.
I think they'll be happy at the moment.
That's a good ball forward though, looking for Godden. Headed away by Bradley, but didn't get much distance on the clearance. Opportunity maybe for Thierry Small, having just come on in front of those adoring fans of his, away to our left. Rolls it to Edwards on the edge of the area. Low shot is swept away by Bradley. Now Campbell can come forward down the left after Kone lost out in an aerial duel with Gillespie. He runs out of pitch. It's going to be a Wycombe throw, 0-0.
Yeah, it's nice defending. Cameron Humphreys there. Tyrese Campbell looked to get ahead and he just clipped it, just a little clip off of Campbell's leg to clear the danger. As Norris goes down now, there's clearly something wrong with him, and this will be really disappointing if there is something that makes him go off, because he's been fantastic today.
Well, they've got Franco Ravizoli, the Argentine, as their backup goalkeeper. Has played a lot of games actually this season, Ravizoli, but Norris in need of treatment, and an opportunity for both managers, Nathan Jones and Mike Dodds, his Wycombe counterpart, to call their players over for some instruction. And Norris is getting dogs abuse for the Charlton fans behind the goal.
Yeah, he is, and sometimes we see this with goalkeepers, don't we? They go down, it allows the players to come over, get some tactical advice from the managers. He did claim that it was his left quad as they run off, his left thigh. Maybe as he tried to clear one of the balls earlier, but I'm sure he's going to be absolutely fine.
Ravizoli is warming up, just I think as a precaution at this stage.
Can we say 75 minutes? Just go down. Let's get the players over, get some tactical advice on. We'll see. I could be being harsh.
It's been a pretty forgettable 75 minutes, isn't it? In all honesty, certainly not had the drama that other League One semi-final had yesterday. Leyton Orient 2, Stockport 2. It finished. This has been much more attritional.
Very edgy tonight, hasn't it? Very nervous, both teams. But I think Wycombe will have played it really well. If you lose 4-0 last game, you don't want that. but you don't want. I just don't feel you want to take a 0-0 to the Valley on Thursday.
And I mentioned they lost their last 3 games of the regular season, dropped out of the automatic promotion spots. They lost, of course, to all 3 of the other teams who joined them in the playoffs. So psychologically, they've got a few barriers to overcome, Wycombe, but they've done pretty well so far tonight. Second leg live on Talksport 2 on Thursday from the Valley. At the moment, it will be honours even at the start of that game, unless one of them can find a winner in the last 15 minutes here. And Norris, surprise, is absolutely fine. And he has the ball in his gloves inside the 18-yard box at this moment in time.
I must say, this battle between Grimmer and Tyrese Campbell, the whole match has been really, really good. Both coming out on top on numerous occasions each. Look like they're really enjoying it as well. We see a little clash down here right in front of us, and they both got up, high-fived each other. Looks like they're really enjoying it.
Norris with the ball upfield, headed on by Anderson, and Campbell is going to try and make it difficult for Caleb Taylor, who held his nerve and heads the ball calmly back to his goalkeeper Norris. Anderson is still down, having been caught at the start of that move. He's flat on his back just outside the centre circle. The Charlton sub. I think the fact that at the moment Mikey Dodds has only made the one change suggests that he's pretty happy with the course of proceedings. The Wycombe manager came in to replace Matt Bloomfield, who left for Luton mid-season. Luton relegated. It would be an irony, wouldn't it, if they swapped divisions with his former employers. Next teammate of yours?
Yeah, he was so unlucky at Luton as well. Went down to the last game when everyone thought they were dead and buried. 4, 5, 6 games to go. Took it to the last game and just couldn't get it over the line. But yeah, I'm sure he'll let it go.
Here's Kone in the left wing position for Wycombe. He's got plenty of teammates up in support. Reach with a deep cross to the far post. Headed clear only as far as Humphreys, and Humphreys out to McCleary. McCleary now with a chance maybe to get a cross in from this right hand side towards the far post. Kone was lurking. Again, Charlton defend it well, and then it was nodded back down inside the box by Reach, but Kone on the stretch can't get his header on target. Behind for a goal kick, it stays 0-0.
It's better. What we got, 13, 14 minutes plus added time to go. It's been a little bit better the last 20 minutes. Both teams looking like they're trying to have a go. There's some tired legs out there. It's been a long, grueling season, so there's bound to be some tired legs. Can someone be a hero in the last 10, 15 minutes?
Yeah, we felt for some time, haven't we, that one goal for either team probably would settle this first leg. Kone trying to put pressure on the Charlton defence. There's a foul then on Greg Doherty, the captain. He goes down inside his own half, so free kick for the visitors. Charlton unbeaten in the 28 games in which they've scored the first goal this season. Too many opportunities to get their nose in front so far, but they've got a free kick here which is going to be played up towards the Wycombe penalty area from inside their own half. It's Macaulay Gillespie who stands over the ball and sweeps it out the right hand side. Good header away by Sonny Bradley. I think those two Wycombe centre backs, Bradley and Taylor, have both been excellent to this point. We've got more defending to do here because the ball is fizzed down towards Ramsey up from the back. Kept alive by Anderson on the edge of the area. Now Thierry Small running down the right hand side for Charlton. Level with a penalty spot. Crosses. It's headed away. And a decent distance on the header as well by Simons. And then it's steered over the halfway line by Caleb Taylor. Udu to chase it, and did he leave with the elbow there? Dan Udu. Referee's given a free kick. Charlton players not happy with the challenge.
He definitely led with the arm. Whether with the elbow, I don't know. I think he was trying to just lift with the arm, and he did catch him. We've got the advantage. He did catch him with the elbow, to be honest.
Well, you're doing a really good job looking over the shoulder of some of Charlton's media departments who've got the game on, and you can see replays. It was Gillespie who went down. He's over the free kick now. Lloyd Jones has been sent forward. One of the yellow-shirted targets on the edge of the penalty area, hooked away by Udo, and then Gareth McCleary trying to counter, but in steps Gillespie and just gets up and under it, fires the ball back into the Wycombe penalty area away to our left, and it's cleared by Grimmer for a Charlton throw. 9 minutes to go, 0-0. Charlton just starting to apply some late pressure in the game, and the cross from Gillespie is only headed away as far as Thierry Small. Now stood in towards Anderson in the centre. Another really important header by Caleb Taylor, because that was a dangerous cross swung in. Kone loses out to Campbell. Campbell forward to Anderson. Halfway inside the Wycombe half. Anderson dispossessed by Humphreys, and the ball goes out off the Charlton man, and it's a Wycombe throw-in.
It was a good play all round there. It was a lovely delivery into the box. I think it was Coventry for Charlton with a beautiful delivery. But once again, Taylor and Bradley, who you just said it, has been excellent. They're defending so well, and nothing is getting past them up to now. But it's a good delivery, but a good header in the box. They've just got to change something, Crookie, haven't they? They're both long, hopeful punts upfield that all defence is just going to eat up all day long.
Yeah, I think the four centre-backs, actually, you mentioned the two Wycombe players there, Gillespie and Jones at the other end, have been rock solid to this point.
Yeah, I agree.
We've got 8 minutes of normal time to play. It's still 0-0 on Talksport 2 in the first leg of this League One playoff semi-final. Orient or Stockport awaiting the victors in the final at Wembley on the bank holiday weekend at the end of the month. All three playoff finals live on Talksport. And this has possibly been the least eventful tie we've seen so far. Actually, there's no possibly about it, is there? Throw in for Charlton. Josh Edwards to take well inside his own half. I wonder if Charlton are at the stage where actually they think 0-0 is a decent result to take back to the Valley. Grimmer with the volley ball forward for Wycombe Wanderers. It comes back into their half though, and Sonny Bradley trying to switch it out to Udo on the left. Ramsey does well, just uses his body to make it impossible for Udo to get on the end of the ball, and it's out for a throw-in deep inside Charlton's own half of the field.
I do think you're right, Crookie. I think Charlton, Nathan Jones will be looking, if they can snatch a winner, it would be unbelievable for them to take a lead back to the Valley, but I think they'll be relatively happy with a draw. 28,000 people, I think it's going to be a sellout. It's going to be rocking at the Valley, and they'll make them favourites if it stays at 0-0.
That pressure of being favourites can do strange things,
yeah,
though.
Agreed.
Here's Campbell up against Grimmer. And Grimmer does well again, just to make it really difficult for Campbell to get any space to work with. And there was a little slip on the edge of the area by Leahy. That could have put Wycombe in trouble, but they've in the end won themselves a throw-in on this near touchline. 84 minutes gone, 0-0. Reminder, tomorrow night we've got the second leg of the Championship semi-final. Bristol City travelling to Sheffield United Tuesday night. It's Sunderland Coventry. Both those games live on Talksport. As Wycombe have a free kick 10 yards outside their own penalty area. Will Norris, the keeper, not in any real hurry to take it.
His thigh seems to be alright now though.
I think we all knew exactly what was going on there, so did the Charlton fans behind his goal. Norris wearing number 50 on his jersey. Again, is taking an age over this free kick, which is leading to a bit of frustration among the travelling Charlton contingent. In the end, he plays it to McCleary on the right-hand side, nodded forward by Leahy towards Kone. Looks like it's going to be 9 games without a goal for Richard Kone. He just tries to play the ball infield, and Charlton again able to clear. Taylor heads it back into the Charlton half, but it's well won by Doherty, the skipper, and he, from the outside of the boot, tries to play the ball to the edge of the area, and the goalkeeper Norris was always favourite to get there before Godden, who made a late run.
We'll say it again, the defenders and the goalkeepers have come out on top on this leg so far. 85.5 minutes gone. nothing really of note in terms of goal mouth action. No real clear-cut chances. Just every punt upfield has just been ate up by the defenders.
Yeah, Norris again goes long, and again it's one on the edge of the area by Gillespie, who was fouled. It was Jones actually went down under the challenge from Kone. We are running out of time to get a winning goal. 4 minutes of the 90 remaining. 0-0. I'm trying to think of the best chance of the game.
Yeah, me too.
Not one for the purists, that's for sure.
I can't see much movement on the Wycombe bench. Was it one sub so far? Is he going to make any more?
As for the umpteenth time, Sonny Bradley gets underneath a long punt upfield by Mannion, the Charlton goalkeeper, and heads clear. Here's Doherty, left wing position for Charlton, infield for Connor Coventry. And then Ramsey forward to Coventry again, looking for the defence splitting pass for Godden, intercepted by Bradley. Quickly plays it forward to Udo down the Wycombe left. Fires the ball into the feet of Kono, holds it up well. And this is good play from Wycombe Wanderers, and can they get a shot away? No, excellent piece of defending by Josh Edwards to get there ahead of Humphreys. The ball was slightly undercooked to him on the edge of the area.
Yeah, he's been very good tonight, Josh Edwards. Not only his long throws are causing damage, he's covering really, really well, and once again covering there, and when he does, he really does put a shift in.
Wycombe going to try and put on the accelerator in search of a winning goal in the last couple of minutes here at Adams Park. 0-0 the score. You're listening to Talksport 2, your home of the EFL. Good ball forward to Godden. Godden inside the penalty area, and that's a brilliant save. Backpedaling Norris because he took it really early. Matt Godden, as he got in behind Sonny Bradley. That's a big, big save from the Wycombe goalkeeper.
Brilliant. Best moment of the whole match. Best moment of quality. Best moment in terms of goal mouth. And it was Godden, chested it, took it so early, as you said, and it was equal to it was Norris. I've said I was impressed with him. His positioning was just right once again. Could Godden have put it towards the back post as opposed to the front post? Brilliant.
And here come Charlton again. Deep cross to the far stick. Nodding down inside the penalty area. And another brilliant save by Norris, one-handed. Oh, that is even better than the first one.
Oh, what a save, Cookie. What a save. It's headed back across. Looked to be handball.
I think it was the captain, Doherty.
Yeah, it was. It was Doherty, left foot. What a save.
Somehow he claws it away from point-blank range, and Charlton have had two big chances in the space of a minute, right at the end of the 90. It was headed across goal originally by Jones, came for Doherty, and he must have seen it late, Norris, but such a strong hand to get to it.
Yeah, it was brilliant. The first one was good, and the second one was even better. As you said, you see it late. It was about 4 yards out when Doherty hit it with his left foot, and he's just dived, got a strong right hand to it to keep it out. Brilliant couple of minutes. It's come alive, Cookie.
Certainly has. It's only taken 89 minutes. But if they do end up in the final in a couple of weeks' time, Wycombe Wanderers, we might look back as those two saves from Norris as being really key. Charlton fans in fine voice. They must have thought that one of those chances right in front of the travelling fans was going to go in. Will Norris certainly earning his clean sheet bonus here. We're into the last 30 seconds of normal time. It's 0-0. I'm not sure we're going to see too many better chances than the two that Charlton have just foraged.
The first one was just created really well by Godden, who looks to be getting behind again.
Yeah, Godden dispossessed inside the penalty area by Sonny Bradley. It's another of those individual duels that you've been talking about all over the pitch. Really. Listen, it's not been a brilliant spectacle, but it's been quite an intriguing game.
Yeah, it's been like a game of chess, really, all round the pitch. And I think that one there with the Godden chance was the first chance, first opportunity they got in behind without Norris coming out to clear the danger. And he almost won it for his team. It was a lovely chest and volley. But again, Norris was equal to it. You are right, battles all over the pitch. It's just been essentially what this game has had, with these couple of moments towards the end which Norris was equal to.
We're into 4 added minutes at the end of the 90. Just had a minor delay there because Javier Simons, the Wycombe midfielder, was down with cramp. As Will Norris prepares to take the goal kick for Wycombe, I think. When it comes to the dishing out of the man of the match award, he might just have won it for himself in the last couple of minutes, Will Norris. And he gets plenty of purchase on his goal kick. His kicking's been decent today as well. Steers that in towards McCleary, headed away by Edwards. It's the Charlton voices that fill the Buckinghamshire air. They sense, I think, those travelling fans, that even at 0-0, they've given themselves a massive opportunity to get the job done in the second leg of the Valley on Thursday night.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with them as well. It's been a real good, probably battling performance by Wycombe. But yeah, I'd have Charlton favourites going at the Valley full. I've played there in front of 28,000 people. The atmosphere is great. But like you said, that can do strange things being favourites.
Humphries has given the ball away. An opportunity for Charlton to come forward with Doherty, who's come as close as anyone to breaking the deadlock tonight. Jack Grimmer, by the way, has just been announced as the sponsors man of the match. He's had a decent game up against Tyrese Campbell, in fairness. Here's Small on the other wing for Charlton, coming in field from the right on his left foot. Connor Coventry slides it back out to Ramsey. Coventry with a chance to cross here towards the edge of the 6-yard box. Anderson was there, but Grimmer heads it clear. Now Campbell, left corner of the 18-yard box. 0-0 on Talksport 2. Edwards on the overlapping run. He's being manhandled by Gareth McCleary, and they've got a free kick here, Charlton, with 2 added minutes to go, just outside the area, level with a penalty spot.
Yeah, this could be the last chance for Charlton, for anyone in this match. It was Gareth McCleary, just got caught out by Edwards, who was marauding run down the left-hand side. Again, cut it back. He just had him round the neck, waist kind of area. I mean, that's two different areas. The neck, chest kind of area, and it was a clear foul. What, a minute and a half to go? Could be the last opportunity.
Yeah, this may well be the last chance of the game. Connor Coventry stands over it. He's just in a bit of a conflab with Lloyd Jones, who's come up from the back. I mentioned earlier that he's created more chances than anybody else in the Charlton shirt this season. Connor Coventry, can he carve one here right at the end of this first leg semi-final? Very carefully Coventry has placed the ball down. There's a 2-man Wycombe wall in the form of McCleary and Humphries, almost level with the 6-yard line. Campbell and Small are both loitering on the edge of the box. He's going to whip it in here, Coventry, and it's bouncing down inside the 6-yard box, and in the end it was Simons who hacks it clear. Last 40 seconds of added on time, and it's a goal kick for Wycombe, and that might just be it in terms of this first leg. And Wycombe Wanderers are making a change to eat up a few more seconds at the end of the game. Magnus Westergaard, the Danish midfielder, is coming on for Javier Simons. I think that tells you, Darren, they're happy with 0-0.
Yeah, absolutely. 30 seconds to go, just eating up that time. I mean, the free kick was a bit of a damp squib in there, nothing really came of it. A little bit of a goalmouth scramble, cleared comfortably by Wycombe, but yeah, I think both teams will be happy with a 0-0.
Norris to launch this forward one last time for Wycombe Wanderers. One or two of the travelling Charlton fans already starting to make for the exits and make that trip home to South East London. As Norris goes long, we've gone beyond the 4 added minutes, and it's going to be a throw-in for Charlton, but on the halfway line, so not really in an area where they can cause too much harm. That is a free kick just inside their own half. And for one last time, the big guns have been sent forward from the back. Travelling fans in fine voice still. Ball played in towards the penalty area, headed down by Gillespie, but again Wycombe defend it well. Gillespie fires it back into the penalty area, and it's flicked off the head of Lloyd Jones, and behind for a goal kick, and that is the last of the proceedings. Well, it took a long time to come to the boil this game, but Will Norris in the end making 2 excellent saves to keep the score sheet blank. How important, Darren Ambrose, will those saves be come the end of the second leg on Thursday night?
Yeah, look, I have Charlton favourites going into the second leg on Thursday at the Valley. Like I said, it's going to be a sellout. It's going to be a fantastic atmosphere. I think Wycombe are going to sell out their allocation as well. It's a very scrappy game today. No real quality involved until the very end. More so from Godden and then from Norris. I think Norris kept Wycombe in this tie towards the end, because 0-0, you can be not confident, but you can be proud of that after losing 4-0 in the last game. Take a 0-0 back to the Valley, and who knows, when you're under that pressure of that favourites tag, anything can happen. But for me, I think this is Charlton's tie for the taking.
Yeah, Norris making a really good double-handed save, keeping out the powerful volley hit on the turn from Matty Godden, and then just a few minutes later an even better save, clawing her away, an effort from point-blank range from Greg Doherty to keep his clean sheet intact and very much keep Wycombe in the tie. They were beaten 4-0 here just 20 days ago. No repeat this evening. Nothing to split these two after 96 very combative minutes. It finishes Wycombe Wanderers 0, Charlton Athletic 0. Thanks very much to Darren Ambrose for his expert punditry this evening over on Talksport right now.